The stars were quiet. The deep space between galaxies was cold and dark. A small science ship named Eagle's Light moved slowly through this part of the void. It carried a team of explorers from Earth. They were far from home, looking for strange signals and lost objects. Captain Laura Price stood on the bridge of the ship. She was not a loud leader, but people listened when she spoke. She looked at the screen in front of her. There was something strange. A signal was flashing. It was old, very old. "What is that?" she asked. Ben, the young sensor officer, checked. Again, he frowned. "The signal is coming from the edge of the Korgan Rift. That's uncharted space. No one goes there." Laura nodded. "Now we do." The crew followed the signal. After 3 hours, they found the source. A ship floated there, not moving. It was dark, covered in dust and burn marks. It looked like it had been there for many years. "It doesn't match any known design," said Lily, the engineer. "It's not human. But it's not any alien we know either." "It could be from Deathworld 15, said Ben quietly. The room became silent. Everyone had heard stories about that world. It was a planet so dangerous that nothing was expected to survive there. Storms, wild beasts, strong gravity, and deadly air. People called it cursed. Deathworld 15, Laura said. "That's just a name. No one even proved the place exists." "It exists," said Marcus, the pilot. "I saw the files. Earth Command lost 2 ships near that region over the last 50 years. No survivors." Laura looked again at the screen. The dead ship floated with no power, but the signal still blinked from its core. "We're going in," she said. The shuttle flew to the ship. Laura, Ben, and Lily went together. They landed in the docking bay. The door was open, which was strange. It looked like someone had left in a hurry or never closed it. Inside, the air was thin and cold. There were marks on the walls, scratches, burn lines, signs of battle. "This place saw a fight," said Lily. They walked deeper into the ship. The halls were dark. Lights flickered. Some areas looked like they had been melted. Others were frozen. "It's like the ship went through fire and ice at the same time," said Ben. In the command room, they found something shocking. A chair was still lit. A body sat there, held by straps. It wore a dark suit, different from any Earth design. The faceplate was broken. The face inside looked human. "Is that even possible?" Ben asked. Lily scanned the body. "It's human," she said, "but there are changes. Bones are stronger. Skin is thicker. Muscles are dense." Laura looked at the dead figure. "Not just human," she said. "A human made to survive something no one should. A human from Deathworld 15. They took the logs from the ship. The computer still worked, barely. The files were strange, full of codes, battles, names they did not know. This ship fought alone for years," said Ben. "It destroyed alien fleets. It landed on hostile worlds. It even went near a black hole. What was it doing all this time?" Laura asked. Then Lily found a file. It was locked, but she cracked it. A video played. A man spoke in the recording. He looked like the body in the chair. His voice was strong. "My name is Adam. I was born on Deathworld 15. Earth sent us. There long ago, they said it was a test. We were forgotten. We built, we survived, we evolved. Now I return with a message. Earth must prepare. Something is coming. I saw it. I fought it. I ran. and now I die. The video ended. No one spoke for a long time. This changes everything, Laura said. 15 is real, and this man brought a warning. We need to go back, said Ben. We need to take this ship and his message to Earth. We can't leave the ship here, said Lily. It has technology far beyond ours. This thing is a fortress. Laura looked at the walls. The metal was dense and strange. The engines were cold, but not dead. The ship had been through too much to stop completely. We take it, she said. We guide it back. We don't know what's out there, but if he ran from it, we need to be ready. They left the command room and started repairs. The ship was damaged, but parts still worked. Systems came back online, one by one. Lights turned on, doors unlocked. The ship woke up, and deep in the engine room, something else woke up too. A light blinked. A signal moved across the stars and far away. Something very old, very dark, and very hungry turned its eyes toward them. The ship from Deathworld 15 was not quiet anymore. Lights came on, systems hummed, and power flowed through the walls again. The Earth team was inside it, moving through dark halls with tools in their hands. They were fixing what they could, but they also felt something they did not speak about. The ship felt alive. Captain Laura Price stood near the main engine room. Lily was working on the controls. Sparks jumped from the wires. The air smelled like smoke and metal. Can we move it? Laura asked. Maybe, Lily said. The engines are not dead, just hurt. I can bring them back slowly. Ben walked in holding a data tablet. We have a problem, he said. That signal the ship was sending, it went out again, but this time something answered. Laura looked at him. From where? From the edge of the Helos belt, Ben said. Not far, in space terms, but far enough to worry us. Show me the message. Ben played it. The sound was low and broken, but one word came through again and again. Hunt. Laura stared at the screen. We need to leave. Marcus, the pilot, called from the bridge. We can guide this thing with a control link. I just need more time. You have 1 hour, Laura said. After that, we go. The crew worked fast. They did not know what was coming, but they felt the pressure. The strange ship responded to them, almost like it knew what they wanted. Doors opened, lights followed them, and some systems repaired themselves without help. Lily found a sealed room near the lower decks. She opened it and gasped. Inside were weapons, not just guns, but things she had never seen. Long black rifles, with sharp lines, small spheres that gave off heat, an armor that looked like bone and metal mixed. These are not Earth-made, she said to Laura, but they fit humans. He built these. The man from the video. They took the gear to the shuttle. Laura did not trust the ship yet. She wanted to be ready for anything. Then something happened. The ship shook. A deep sound echoed through the walls. Not from the engines. From outside, Ben ran to the nearest screen. Something dropped out of warp. It's big, 10 times the size of our ship. Laura grabbed the radio. Marcus's status. We have control, Marcus said. We can fly, but I don't know for how long. Then do it. Get us moving. Now, the engines of the dead ship came to life. The halls rumbled. Old pipes groaned. The ship turned, slow but steady. On the screen, they saw the enemy ship. It looked like a floating beast, black and long, with glowing red eyes. It was shaped like a claw. Nothing peaceful about it. They followed the signal, Ben said. They came for him, for the man from Deathworld 15. They'll get fire instead, Laura said. She stood by the weapons panel. She touched the control. The ship responded. Weapons came online. Turrets turned. Missiles unlocked. We're flying a ghost ship from a nightmare world, Marcus said over the radio. Let's make it count. The enemy ship fired first. A blast of red light hit them. The shield cracked but held. Laura hit back. The ship answered. Bright blue beams shot from the sides. They cut into the enemy ship. Fire burst from the cracks. Direct hit, Ben shouted. Another enemy blast hit them. The ship shook again. The lights blinked. Lily screamed. Power drop in the rear. They hit the engine core. Laura gave orders fast. Seal the lower decks. Reroute power. Fire again. The ship obeyed. It moved on its own, turning faster than it should. The man who built it must have left part of his mind inside it. His design was smart, too smart to die with him. Ben found another file in the system. He opened it. A map came up. It showed a route, a safe path through space, ending near Earth. He wanted us to take this path, Ben said. He planned for someone to find his ship. Then we follow it, Laura said. The enemy ship was not done. It sent out smaller craft. Fast, sharp ships like flying blades. They're swarming us, Marcus said. Laura aimed the side cannons. Let them come. The ship from Deathworld 15 showed its true face. The side cannons were not normal. They fired in patterns. The blasts bent in space. The small ships exploded one after another. They didn't expect this, Lily said. Ben looked worried. But what if more are coming? What if this is only a scout force? Laura stared at the screen. The enemy ship was turning away. It was leaving. They saw enough, she said. They'll return with more. The enemy left. Silence returned, but no one relaxed. We need to get this ship to Earth, Laura said, and we need to warn them. Something is out there. Something big. And this ship is our only edge. Ben saved the map. The route leads through a system we don't know. No records, just a name. What name? Laura asked. Ben showed her the screen. One word blinked. Origin. Laura nodded. Then that's where we go. To the beginning, the ship flew on. Behind it, the stars burned cold. Ahead, darkness waited, and in that darkness, something watched. Something that had waited a long time. The hunt had begun. The warden moved through deep space. The ship was quiet, but every person inside was thinking about the next fight. The crew had won one battle, but they all knew the war was not over. Laura stood on the bridge. She looked at the map again. The new mark blinked in the corner of the screen. It was far, deep in unknown space. The name was not written, but Gray had called it the Black Reach. How long until we get there? Laura asked. Marcus checked the controls. We reach the edge in 5 hours. After that, we need to move slow. The systems there may not be safe. Lily was already checking the power. Shields are back to full. Weapons ready. The cannon is recharged. Ben looked at the scans. No signals yet. But that does not mean no one is there. Gray sat near the back. He had not moved much since the last battle. His eyes were closed. Laura walked to him. Are you ready for what comes next? She asked. Gray opened his eyes. No one is ever ready, but I will do what must be done. The warden slowed as it neared the edge of the black reach. The stars here were few. The darkness was thicker. There was no light from suns, only shadows. Ben spoke first. I see something. A large object. Not a ship. Not a planet. It is like a station. Big, cold. Laura nodded. Take us in close, but keep shields high. As the warden moved closer, the crew saw it. A huge station floating in space. It was black, shaped like a broken wheel. Parts of it glowed with red lights. Gray stood. That is one of the builders' strongholds. It was hidden from maps. They did not want others to find it. Lily asked, "Can we land there?" Gray shook his head. "No, but we can send a drone. Let it search the inside." They sent the drone. It flew into the station. The camera showed long, dark halls. Machines lined the walls. Some looked broken, some moved. Ben read the signals. There is something alive inside, not human, not fully machine either. Suddenly, the drone stopped. The screen turned black. Then a message appeared. It said one word, :welcome. Laura stared at it. They know we are here. They want us to come. Gray said, this is a trap, but it is also a chance. If we shut this place down, we stop the flow of ships. We stop the war from growing. Laura nodded. Get ready. We are going in. The team prepared. Laura, Ben, Lily, and Gray took the shuttle. Marcus stayed to guide them from the warden. The shuttle flew toward the station. It entered through a wide opening. The walls were dark. Lights blinked. The door behind them closed. They stepped out. The air was thin, cold. Machines watched them from the walls. Some looked like eyes. Some moved. Ben scanned the area. The power is coming from deep below. We go down. They walked through the halls. The walls were covered in strange writing. Lily touched one. It lit up. A voice spoke. You should not be here, Gray answered. We came to end this. You were made for war, the voice said. You are just like us. I was made to protect, Gray said, but I choose to stop the war. They reached a large room. In the center was a tall machine. Wires ran from it to the walls. Lights pulsed inside. This is the core, Ben said. If we break it, the station will shut down. Not so fast, said a new voice. From the shadows came a tall figure. It looked like Gray but darker. Its body was made of black metal. Its eyes were red. I am the first, it said. I was the first made, and I kept the war going. It is the only way to stay strong. Gray stepped forward. The war must end. Then fight me, the first said. Gray and the first charged at each other. Their hits were fast and strong. The others stayed back. Sparks flew. The sound of metal hitting metal filled the room. Ben worked fast. We need to shut the core down now. Lily helped him, almost there. Just a little more. Gray was hurt. His arm was broken. But he stood again. He hit the first with all his strength. The first fell. Gray grabbed a metal bar and struck again. The first stopped moving. Now, Ben said, we shut it down. He pressed the final button. The lights went out. The machine stopped. The station went quiet. We did it, Lily said. They ran back to the shuttle. The door opened. The shuttle flew out just as the station began to fall apart. Back on the warden, they watched the explosion. One stronghold is gone, Laura said. How many more are there? Gray looked out the window. Too many, but now we have hope. Ben smiled. And we have the warden. The ship turned again. The stars waited. The war was not over. But they had won this battle, and they would keep fighting. Asterisk, the enemy ships came into view one by one. They moved like dark shadows, silent and fast. The crew of the warden stood ready. Their hearts beat faster, but their hands stayed steady. Captain Laura Price gave the first order. All weapons online. Shields at full. Marcus, take control of the flight path. Marcus nodded and grabbed the controls. The warden moved to face the enemy. Its body, old but strong, lit up with blue lights. The ship was ready for war. Ben watched. The enemy fleet on the screen. There are 15 of them. Some small, some large. The biggest one is leading the group. Gray stood beside him. That one is the core ship. If we take it down, the rest may fall back. But we must hit it fast and hard. Lily checked the power levels. Main cannon is ready. Missiles are locked. Defense turrets are active. Laura said, "Good. We fire first. Let them know the warden is awake." The first round of missiles launched. They flew fast and silent, then hit one of the enemy ships. The blast was bright. Metal broke. One ship was gone. The enemy fired back. Red lights crossed space. One beam hit the warden's shield. The ship shook, but the shield held strong. "Shields holding at 90%, Lily said. The enemy ships moved closer. They spread out to attack from all sides. The warden turned and fired from its side. Guns. More blasts. Another enemy ship broke into pieces. Marcus spoke. "We need to move fast. If they surround us, we lose." Laura gave a sharp command. "Cut through their line. Aim for the core ship." Gray walked to a panel and placed his hand on it. A new weapon system came online. The lights changed. A deep sound filled the ship. "This cannon is old," Gray said, "but it has power. Enough to tear through their core." Ben looked at the data. "We have one shot. It needs time to charge." "Buy us that time," Laura said. "Marcus, fly hard. Lily, keep the shield up. Ben, guide the shot." The warden pushed forward. It moved between enemy ships. Fire and metal filled the space around them. Small ships tried to stop them, but the warden was stronger. The core ship was now in sight. It was bigger than any ship they had seen. Its body was black with red lines. It looked like it was alive. "Charge at 60%, Ben said. More enemy ships fired. The warden shook again. Sparks flew from the walls. One screen broke. "Shield. At 70%, Lily said. "Keep going," Laura ordered. Gray stood still, eyes closed. His hand stayed on the cannon. The ship felt alive around him. It remembered him. It obeyed him. The cannon reached full charge. "Now," Laura shouted. Gray fired. A beam of pure light shot from the warden. It cut through space like a sword. It hit the core ship in the center. For a second, nothing happened. Then the core ship exploded. The blast was huge. It threw the other ships back. Pieces of the core ship flew in all directions. The enemy fleet stopped. Then slowly they turned and left. One by one, they ran. The crew of the warden watched in silence. "We did it," Marcus said. Ben looked at the damage. "Shields are weak. Engines are hot. But we are still alive." Gray stepped back from the panel. He looked tired. This was only the start. "They will come again. Stronger," Laura nodded. "Then we will be ready. The warden will be ready. Lily smiled for the first time. We gave them a message. We are not easy to kill. Ben looked at the map again. There is another mark. Farther out. A system not in any record. It may be where they come from, Laura said. We go there next. We take the fight to them. Gray placed his hand on the map. That place is called the Black Reach. That is where the builders hide. If we want to end this, we go there. Marcus asked. And if we do not come back? Laura looked at her crew. Then someone else will find this ship, like we did, and they will finish what we started. The warden turned in space. Its engines lit up. It left the battlefield behind. Ahead was the dark unknown, but the crew was ready. The ship was ready, and the war was far from over. The warden moved through deep space. The crew was quiet but alert. They had won a battle, but the war was far from over. Captain Laura Price stood on the bridge. She looked at the map. The new mark blinked in the corner. It was far, deep in unknown. Space Gray called it the Black Reach. How long until we get there? Laura asked. Marcus checked the controls. 5 hours to the edge. After that, we go slow. The systems there may be unsafe. Lily checked the power. Shields are full. Weapons ready. Cannon is recharged. Ben scanned the area. No signals yet, but that does not mean no one is there. Gray sat quietly, his body healing. This place is a stronghold. One of the builders' bases. They hid it from maps. Lily asked, Can we land there? No, Gray said. But we can send a drone inside to search. They sent the drone. It flew into the station. The camera showed long dark halls. Machines lined the walls. Some were broken. Some moved. Ben read the signals. Something alive inside. Not human, not machine. Something between. Suddenly, the drone stopped. The screen went black. Then a message appeared. Welcome. Laura stared. They know we are here. They want us to come. Gray said. It is a trap, but it is also a chance. If we shut this down, the flow of enemy ships stops. We stop the war from growing. Laura nodded. We go in. Laura, Ben, Lily, and Gray took the shuttle. Marcus stayed on the warden. The shuttle flew into the station through a wide door. The walls were dark. Lights blinked. The door closed behind them. They stepped out. The air was cold and thin. Machines watched from the walls. Some looked like eyes. Some moved. Ben scanned the area. Power is deep below. We go down. They walked through dark halls. The walls had strange writing. Lily touched one. It lit up. A voice spoke. You should not be here, Gray answered. We came to end this. You were made for war, the voice said. You are like us. I was made to protect, Gray said. But I choose to stop the war. They reached a large room. A tall machine stood. In the center, wires ran to the walls. Lights pulsed inside. This is the core, Ben said. If we break it, the station will shut down. Not so fast, a voice said. A tall figure came from the shadows. It looked like Gray but darker. Its body was black metal. Its eyes were red. I am the first, it said. I was the first made. I kept the war going. War is strength. Gray stepped forward. The war must end. Then fight me, the first said Gray, and the first charged. They hit fast and strong. The others stayed back. Sparks flew. Metal clashed. Ben worked fast. We must shut the core now. Lily helped. Almost there. Gray was hurt. His arm was broken. He stood again and hit the first hard. The first fell. Gray took a metal bar and hit again. The first stopped moving. Now, Ben said. We shut it down. He pressed a button. The lights went out. Machines stopped. The station went quiet. We did it, Lily said. They ran to the shuttle. The door opened. The shuttle flew out as the station fell apart. Back on the Warden, they watched the explosion. One stronghold is gone, Laura said. How many more? Gray looked out the window. Too many. But now we have hope. Ben smiled. And we have the Warden. The ship turned. The stars waited. The war was not over. But they had won this battle. They would keep fighting. Asterisk, the Warden sailed through the cold darkness of space. The crew was tired, but ready. They had fought many battles, but they knew this was not the end. Captain Laura Price stood at the bridge. Her eyes looked far ahead. The stars seemed quiet, but she knew danger was near. Ben worked on the controls. Sensors show a large ship ahead. It is different from what we've seen. Lily checked the weapons. All systems are ready. But this ship feels bigger, more dangerous. Gray sat quietly. His body was healing, but his mind was sharp. This might be the Builder's command ship, the one that controls their fleet. Marcus smiled. If we take it down, the war might end. Laura nodded. Then we prepare. We face it head on. The Warden moved closer. The large ship appeared like a black mountain in space. It was alive with red lights and smoke. Ben scanned the ship. It's armed with weapons we have never seen. Shields are strong. Suddenly, the enemy ship fired first. Bright beams crossed the dark space. The Warden shook. Alarms sounded. Shields down to 80%, Lily said. Laura stood firm. Return fire. Target their weapons. The Warden fired. Its cannons. Missiles flew through space, hitting the enemy ship. Sparks and fire erupted on the ship's surface. The battle was fierce. Both ships moved fast, firing beams and missiles. The Warden dodged some attacks, but took hits. Gray helped the crew. His hands glowed blue as he used his power to repair parts. Of the ship, we can't hold much longer, Marcus said. Laura looked at the enemy ship. We need to get inside. Disable their control room. Ben prepared the shuttle. I'm ready to fly in. Laura nodded. Good luck. We'll cover you. The shuttle moved fast toward the enemy ship. Inside the halls were dark and filled with smoke. Enemy. Guards moved quickly. Ben moved carefully, shooting when needed. He found the control room. Machines blinked and hummed. He placed a device on the main panel. It started to shut down the ship's systems. Alarms blared. Enemy soldiers rushed in. Ben fought back, but was outnumbered. Just when he was about to fall, Gray appeared. His power burst out, knocking enemies away. Together, they finished the shutdown. The enemy ship lost power. Lights went out. Engines stopped. Back on the Warden, the enemy ship floated still. The war machines were silent. Laura smiled. We did it. Gray looked out at the stars. This war is ending. The crew cheered. But Laura knew more challenges awaited. Still, with the Warden and this team, hope was alive. The ship moved on, ready for whatever came next.